Welcome to the District 54 Substitute Success webinar, Zoom edition. Today, we will review all of the necessary components of Zoom so you feel prepared to sub should you need to use this platform. In District 54, everything we do is aligned with these three board goals. As a guest teacher, your role is essential in supporting each of them. You help keep our schools performing at the top 10%, help our students to close the achievement gap when our teachers are away, and support the whole child while being in the classroom to ensure that every child is healthy, safe, engaged, supported, and challenged. In District 54, we will promote a culture of unconditional belonging in which all students, staff, and community members will be treated with dignity. We will ensure high levels of access to resources, experiences, and success. In District 54, we strive to ensure that all students, staff, and community members are safe, welcome, and cared for, heard, validated, and supported, and represented in curriculum and staffing. This flowchart shows the step-by-step procedures for your day from when you enter the building to when you exit. It also gives you guidance based on the technology you may need for your day. For example, if you answer yes to the question, "Do you have any students learning remotely?" you will want to find the substitute point person in the building and work with them to get your technology ready for the day. This webinar will talk you through Zoom logistics. From that point, you can review the materials left for you by the teacher and get ready to have a great day. Students in kindergarten through 8th grade use Zoom if they are out of school and need to learn remotely. In the event you need to teach a student remotely, you will need to log into Zoom to create a Zoom link, which will then be pushed out via Google Classroom or SeeSaw, depending on the grade level you are subbing in. You can access Zoom by clicking on the School District 54 drop-down menu and then clicking on Zoom SD54 account. From there, you will be taken to the SD54 video conferencing home screen. Click Sign In and log in using your Google account. Please note, you will not need to type in a username and password since you are already logged into your device with your Google login. You will then be taken to a page that looks like this. This is where you will be able to schedule a meeting by clicking Schedule a Meeting. You will need to fill out any of the necessary information to set up a meeting for the student or students who will be learning remotely that day. The required sections are topic, when, duration, time zone, meeting ID, and security. You will want your information to look similar to the information shown on the screen. Start by typing in the topic of the meeting. For example, you could put your name and the date that you are subbing. Choose the date you want the Zoom meeting to be available, as well as the time you would like to start the meeting. You will want the Zoom link to be available all day, so clicking 7 hours for the duration should be sufficient. Make sure you are in the Central Time Zone. You can choose Generate Automatically for the Meeting ID section. Finally, you'll be able to click on Waiting Room to ensure students aren't let into the meeting prior to when you are ready for them. Once you have filled out the required sections, you can select Save. At this point, you can check to make sure all of the information entered is correct. You'll notice that there is a section titled Invite Link. You will want to copy this link so you can paste it in Google Classroom or SeeSaw and push it out to the students you will be working with for the day. Simply click on the text and drag your cursor to highlight the entirety of the link. You can then click Control-C or go to File, Copy to ensure the link has been copied. At this point, you are ready to push the link out to students and then open the meeting by clicking Start This Meeting in the top right corner or click Start in the bottom left corner. Once you have started the meeting, you will be prompted to open the Zoom meeting, and to join with computer audio. Once you have clicked these two options, you can start your video by clicking Start Video on the bottom left corner of the screen. Other Zoom settings can also be found in the bottom taskbar, and there is an additional resource in the end of this webinar for further information on Zoom settings. Google Classroom is used in grades 3 through 8. This next section will walk you through Google Classroom basics so you are able to push the Zoom link out and support students using this platform. To access Google Classroom, launch Google Chrome. Click on the 9 dots in the top right corner. Choose Classroom. The Google Classroom dashboard displays all of the classes the teacher and/or student have been added to. If a teacher adds you to their Google Classroom, you will see an option to accept or decline this invite. Click Accept. This will officially provide access to the same Google Classroom the students are a part of. This is the general Google Classroom overview when students and teachers open up a Google Classroom. You can see where upcoming assignments, announcements, students and teachers in the class, and where individual assignments can be located.
At this point, you are already in the correct Google Classroom and you are ready to share the Zoom link with the student who is learning remotely. Select the student's name from the drop-down menu titled All Students. Once you have selected the student you want to share the Zoom link with, you can post the link in the section where it says Announce something to your class. At this point, you will paste the link that you have already copied from Zoom and then click Post. This will ensure the link gets sent to the student who is learning from home. SeeSaw is used in grades kindergarten through 4th. This next section will walk you through SeeSaw basics so you are able to push the Zoom link out and support students using this platform. You can access SeeSaw by clicking on it through the apps on your Chromebook or by simply typing SeeSaw into your Google Chrome search browser. Once you open SeeSaw, you will need to click on the Login option you see in the top right corner. You will click the option Log in with my Google account. Again, you do not need to type in a username or password. You need to click Log in using my Google account. If prompted on the next screen, you will click I am a teacher. Once you have been added to the Classroom Teacher SeeSaw account by the LRT or LRA, you will be able to log in by clicking on Login with your Google account. You will then be able to create a new activity by following these steps. You will start by clicking on the round green circle with the white plus sign. From there, you will choose Assign Activity. You will then be brought to a page where you can choose My Library. Once you are in My Library, you can click Create New Activity. Once you are in the Create New Activity section, you can fill in the activity name, student instructions, and add the Zoom link. For the activity name, you could simply put your name and the date. For student instructions, you could notify the remote students that you will be their sub today and that they can join you on the Zoom link at the appropriate time. When you click on Add Multimedia Instructions or Example, it will bring you to a page where you can attach an item. You will want to click Link and paste the Zoom link you previously copied from Zoom. Once you have done so, the Zoom link will attach and you are at the point where you can assign this activity to the student who is learning remotely. You will click Assign in the top right corner. Next, you will have the option to assign this activity to the class you are subbing for. On the final page of completing this process, you can choose the individual student from the class you are subbing for. This will ensure the link you created gets shared with the student or students who need it for the day. Once you have done so and completed the simple message in the body of the announcement, you can click on Post, and this information will be shared with that student. Additional resources are provided in the last section of the webinar. Please feel free to revisit these at any time or print them out and bring them to a substitute position in the future. Thank you so much for taking the time to review the substitute training webinar.